why are you saying it's important to campaign against this cut then?
Because ESOL, which is about providing English language tuition for people who have come to this country, is really important in a city like Leicester, because people come to Leicester quite rightly and they want to contribute to our society, contribute to the economy, which is why learning English is so important. The government want them to learn English, yet they're cutting back their provision, and I think that's going to be very damaging. It's going to be very damaging for our economy, and it's going to be very damaging for our civic society here in Leicester.
But they're cutting back on the sort of the intensive courses, but they can still come to ESOL. It just might take a lot longer to do it. I mean, the provision is there.
Well, yes, but they're making that provision tighter, so there'll be less people learning English. And look, I've spoken to mums who want to help their children with their homework, who take advantage of these courses. I spoke to somebody who got ESOL qualifications, then set up his own business. So, if you like, the state invested in him, and now he's investing back in the Leicester economy, employing people because he had that ESOL course that he went on. So I think cutting back on ESOL is a false economy, it's a daft decision, and I'm going to be campaigning hard against it.
So how are you going to take it to government? What are they going to say to you? They're just going to say we've got to cut back, times are hard.
Well, they may well say that, but they tried to cut ESOL back a few years ago, and we campaigned against them in Parliament. We joined up with others in Nottingham and Derby, we had petitions going, and we managed to persuade the government to back down. So I'm hoping we can do that again. But my key message to the government is, they might think this saves them money. In the long term, it doesn't save them money, because I've seen people who've had ESOL qualifications have gone on to set up businesses, they've gone up to get jobs. If people don't get these qualifications, they'll be limited in the labour market, and that's going to cost the government more.
And with ESOL itself, I mean, is it something the government should be actually providing anyway? I mean, people coming to this country, shouldn't they? Some people might say they should know English anyway.
Well, the government has always provided it, and they should continue providing it, because if you invest in people, if you give people skills and qualifications, they contribute to the economy, and society as a whole benefits. That's why it makes economic sense to invest in ESOL, and that's why it's really foolish of the government to be cutting this back. They may well think this is going to save them money, but it's going to store them up issues later on in terms of unemployment and other pressures on the various public services. Whereas if you give people qualifications, they can be moving to work, or they can even set up their own businesses and employ people in the city, as we've seen often in Leicester.